Agnes Gibboney lost her son Ronald, who was shot to death by an illegal alien, 42702 in California. Again, California. The person is in prison with a release date of 2020. He's going to be released. He's going to see his family, probably commit more crimes. Just saying. Agnes' son Ronald's not coming back. Talk about family separation. Anyway, I'm looking forward to hearing Agnes' story. Agnes, it's all yours.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi. I don't think we need these over here because probably they're not working, but my name is Agnes Gibboney. I am a legal immigrant. My family came to United States after they left Hungary during the revolution. They escaped from Hungary because of the oppression of the communism that took over the country, taking our civil liberties away from my family. The first time my parents tried to escape, they got caught, they got arrested. I mean, not arrested, they got caught, they took everything away from them, all their belongings, their money, their suitcase, everything. But luckily they didn't arrest my parents. And the following month, in January of 1957, my family went for the border again through the former Yugoslavia border, and we were successful. This time they put me asleep so I wouldn't wake up crying and get caught again like we did the first time. We stayed about 10 months in a refugee camp in Yugoslavia, but because my father was born there, they wanted us to stay, and my mother said, no, we're going to America. And they said, well, if you don't want to stay here, you're not going there either. And they refused to allow us to go to the American embassy. We were given 3 choices: South Africa, Austria, or Brazil. We ended up immigrating to Brazil, mind you, as stateless, if you have never heard that statement. That means you belong nowhere, because when my parents left Hungary, they took our citizenship away. When we immigrated to the United States, we lived in Brazil for 13 years and immigrated to the United States. It took us 13 years, but not 13 years of trying to immigrate to the United States. So the media don't even need to go there, that it takes way too long. That's why they crossed the border illegally, because the first 2 times the application lapsed, and the 3rd time my parents followed through, because they came to knock on our door and say, tomorrow is your last day. And within a short few months, after doing full background investigation, full medical exams, talking to neighbors about what type of character do we have, what a concept, we were allowed into United States, again, as stateless. When we came here, we still belonged nowhere. But I honor this country, because this is the only citizenship I have. This is my home. And when I took the oath of citizenship in June of 1983, before I married my husband Mark, an American citizen, mind you, so nobody's gonna say, oh, you married an American citizen, that's why you got a green card. I took that oath very seriously to protect my country against foreign and domestic invaders. And this is what these are. They're invading our country. My only son, Ronald DaSilva, my firstborn, was shot and killed by a gang member in El Monte, where my husband was the deputy chief of police. I never saw a man so broken, so smart, with so much education, so helpless, because he couldn't fix what happened to me. He just saw the devastation and saw my heart being ripped apart and having to bury my son. You see, this gang member had been deported before, and again, he returned. He has a long history of criminal activities on his rap sheet, from domestic violence, for burglaries, assaults, you name it. I don't care. He should have never been allowed back into our country. I come from California. That's the only state I've ever lived, and I'm ashamed to say it's a declared sanctuary state. We're fighting desperately with my friend Ben over here with fightsanctuarystate.com. Please visit our site. and I'm fighting with angel families because our voices need to be heard. We need to fight this insanity, because if California continues the way they're going, the rest of the nation is going to follow. And eventually, United States may turn into another communist country. Where am I going to go? This is my home, and I am not going to run scared because some thugs are allowed into our home, into our country, and we need to stand up. Every American citizen needs to take notice and talk to your politicians. I went to Kamala Harris, my senator, or should I say, not my senator, because I couldn't talk to her. I couldn't talk to anybody in her office, but the receptionist turned her body sideways when I told her I'm one of the angel moms and my son was murdered. And I told her, I said, you know the sign you have by the door, that dreamers are welcome? Shame on you. You need to take that down because that's offensive to American citizens. How about the dreams of American citizens? And I walked out, proud and tall. And I wanted to rip that sign away, but I walked out with dignity and respect. But we need to all stand up for our country and fight with every breath that we have, because I promise to you that I will fight until I take my last breath, because I am not going down. And somebody can kill me because I'm standing up. I fear for my daughters because this guy is coming out April 2nd of 2020, maybe even sooner, the way California is going with early release. He has an ICE hold, which means nothing in California because they don't accept ICE holds. I'm trying to get a detainer on him, so they will have to be turned over to the federal government. But I don't know. I keep my hopes up because I don't want another family having to walk in my shoes. Yes, it's been 16 years. 16 years of pain and suffering. I cannot go over the border or travel anywhere to hug my son, because what separates me permanently from my only son is 6 feet of dirt in a coffin. And nobody talks about this. The sisters, my daughter, my 2 daughters, his children, they were permanently separated. Let's fight for United States, and God bless this country. I love America.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.